This is a disclaimer. This is my experiences of working in the healthcare field and no means of telling nobody else's, but mine. So you are free to note your opinions in the comment section. So, anything else, don't judge me, judge your mama, okay?
What is up, Chubbs? What is happening, my baby?
What a top.
It is your girl, your favorite Chubb, back here. So, I am leaving work, but I am late. It's after 9 o'clock because I had a meeting with my manager because I had some concerns. And I will elaborate. That's why I'm making this video in the car on the phone, because I need to make this now. This is immediate, because when it's immediate, it needs to be made on the phone. So basically, I've been having issues at my job with visitors. Now, we all know that the Montlicker virus is still pimping our asses around here, okay? Now, my hospital is 24-hour visitors and everything else. Since the pandemic are out, we don't have 24-hour visitors, and our visit hours end at 8 p.m. Okay? So, but then you have little sneaks that wants to have tantrums, and I'm talking about family members that want to try to stay overnight. Now, there are exceptions. Now, let's get this clear. There are exceptions. We do have people that are on hospice. Family wants to be, that's exceptions. And of course, people that are having kids, you don't want to have your baby without your significant other. And then, there's P's, but we don't have a P. So, that scratches that. But, of course, mother baby, you will want your significant other to be with you. But I work on a surgical unit where majority of the surgery is elective. So we get into some situations where some relatives will stay over 8 o'clock. Now, we don't go around and just be kicking people out at 8 o'clock or nothing like that. Sometimes they'll stay over 8 o'clock, and then we'll walk around and be like, well, 8 o'clock, visiting hours is over, and you go to this area, and if they validated your time, validate your car, we give them the rundown, we give them the paper, blah, blah, blah. Now, we might get them people that wants to show their asses and be like, I didn't know about this, and blah, 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 and wants to clown, and then I have to take it to my team leader and do all this. Look, I already talked about this situation and how I have to take it to the chain of command and everything else. But this talk is about healthcare workers. And I mean doctors and nurses specifically. And I'm not talking about all. I'm talking about the ones I have experienced that throw their professions in your face and to try to get what they want. The worst. I mean, some healthcare workers are the worst when their family members are in the hospital. It's just if there's rules and regulations that we need to go by to get this pandemic to die down so we can go to some type of normalcy in life, I mean, why can't we follow? I mean, I know that's wishing on a star right now, but I mean, damn it, you would think people in healthcare would know better. You would think they would know better, but no. Some of especially some nurses, they will come in regular clothes, and what would tell on them is medical lingo. Once they start talking in medical terms, and let's say a IV will go off and they'll say something in medical terms, I'm like, you a nurse, you're something, and they'll be like, yeah, I work so and so. Yeah, that medical lingo would tell on your ass every time. Okay, so that's when you have to watch out for that person, because you don't know if they the ones that just I'm gonna let you do your job, or the ones that gonna say some slick shit and watch your every move so they can say some dumb shit to you. And I came across the one that say dumb shit, literally clowned for a family member to stay over, just clown. For what? And throwing her profession in her face, in people's face, and then end up getting her way. No, this is not how we do this. This is not how we do this. First of all, this is not a person that works at this hospital. And I'm not going to get into where she works and nothing like that. But you should not throw your profession in people's face to get what you want. Because number one, you, by anybody, should know better of what's going on in this world right now. You should know better But like I said, we're sliding down rainbows and wishing on a star right now. And doctors, don't get me started if you take care of their mother, sister, cousin, and everything else. I mean, situations where now we only supposed to have the patients can only have 2 visitors. 2 visitors, they're supposed to be the same visitors. That don't never happen. I come in the room one day, there's a patient with 5 visitors in the room because they are related to a physician.
Wait a damn minute.
And they're breathing and asking these questions, and they're not wearing a mask in the room. You are supposed to wear a mask in the room. At least wear a mask when we walk in the room. And you breathing in our face. See, this is where I have a problem, because now you're jeopardizing my health and when I'm trying to take care of your loved one. So you're jeopardizing me now. And that's when I have the problem, because that's why I had to tell them, like, look, you have to put a mask on. Then you get mad at me when I tell you you have to put a mask on. I'm in the room. That does not matter. You're in my space, breathing in my space. And you talking about, oh, you're protected, you have a mask on. It does not matter. I want to be more protected. Put your mask on. That's why we tell you, wear a mask when you're in the room. And you get all butt hurt because we tell you to wear a mask. But then we tell you, okay, visit down is over. And then 3 out of 5 of those family members wanted to stay. No, ma'am, no ham, no turkey, no salami. You have to go. I'm sorry. And I got so fed up with dealing with situations like this once a week for the last 2 months. I put out an email. It wasn't a disrespectful one. It was an email, and I could have sent it to just my manager and my assistant manager. But I felt at that time that I would have got a robotic answer back. It wouldn't have got out. It wouldn't have got solved, or it wouldn't have got out the way that I wanted it at the time to my other coworkers. So I sent a mass email to everybody on my unit. And they understood where I was coming from. It wasn't nothing disrespectful. Of course, it wasn't no cussing or nothing like that. You know how I'm sassy I can get. Okay, it wasn't that. It was sassy, but it wasn't no cuss words. It was intellectually written. But I think my manager, he did take a little offense to it, because I told him, if my health is going to be jeopardized, now we got into the mistrust of management, because now I have to question your judgment of who picks and chooses, who stays and who goes and everything else. So that's how the meeting came about, and I was talking to him about the whole situation, about some of these people that got to stay, and he was like, well, I didn't know about none of this.
You sure? Yes,
I'm sorry? Like, you're running the floor. How do you not know this? Now, I go to the chain of command about the situation, and everybody does a report on to how are you not getting the reports? I'm not understanding. So there's a breach between my charge nurse and to you that's not getting to you. So you need to talk to where it goes from my charge nurse, because I know my charge nurses be doing they shit. So from after my charge nurse, when she goes, you need to figure out what's this miscommunication of why you're not getting the whole story of what's going on every week, or what's the break in the communication of why you're not knowing. Because I'm not about to keep going on this trolley of this bullshit with these relatives. I'm not going to do it, especially with the relatives of these nurses and these doctors. I'm not going to do it with these people. And we had a good conversation, and he said he had a meeting that day today, and he's going to talk about that. We shall see if it's blowing smoke out of my ass, or it's going to make some progress. We shall see. But I just felt like that certain person who is a nurse kind of belittled me, like I'm a nurse and everything else. So you know certain things that you may not know. I'm like, I said, ma'am, what are you speaking of? And she's like, well, I work at this such and such, and they allow people here. And I said, if you're talking about this certain place, no, they don't. No, they don't. I know this for a fact. Don't be and saying certain terms, like medical terms. Like, I'm not in school right now because of the program I'm in. I'm not doing that stuff online. I need to be in somebody's classroom. But I have took medical terminology, and she's doing all these big terminology words. I'm like, boo-boo. You can give me all these terminology words. I know what you're talking about. Like, I'm not stupid. Don't take this tech shit as in being dumb. And that's what I don't like. You try to belittle someone and then try to have an attitude when you can't get your way, and then have an attitude when I bust your ass at your own game. Like, I'm just all over the place right now, y'all, because I'm so pissed off. Because you got mad because I told you that your family member had to go. So in order for you to get at me, first off, you had to go off on me. Then on top of that, you had to belittle me, start using these big medical words of what's going on with your relative. And I'm looking at you and I'm shooting these big words back at your ass. And you the one to have an attitude with me? And then have nerve like, I didn't know a tech knew these words.
You know what I want from you? I want you to sit down and I want you to shut the fuck up.
You don't know how hard I almost did this movie. Like, bitch, I almost, you gotta catch yourself. I'm glad with my hood switch. I got a hood switch. It didn't come on, girl. Like, y'all lucky I got a hood switch and not a hood match because
funky dog head, bitch.
And I said, Mom, I did go to school. I'm not finished yet, but I know what you're talking about. Let me relay you to my TL. And I keep it moving, keep it grooving, not going about my business, okay? But I just tell the people that know the most are the worst. And that's why the meeting went well. But let's just see if I get some progress. So I just wanted to get get this off my chest and talk to y'all another day in a CNA Chronicles, okay? And I will have another video for y'all this week. Well, this probably come out all in a clutch, probably within a day apart from each other. It is Wednesday, September 2nd. September is arisen, and it is going on fall, and I can't wait, okay? And wash them damn hands, stay away from them stupid people. And motherfucking virus is still out there, so everybody stay safe, enjoy the rest of your week. And I don't have to tell y'all what y'all need to do. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the screen, and I hope everybody has a good week. And you know what I say, stay true, stay you. And I'm back with you. Boom.